Hey there, friends! Welcome to Sagittarius season. It is finally the end of 2020. Finally. I'm going to do our monthly solar season pick a pile. So if you know how these goes, then you know. But how I'm going to do this, I've got this is the Prisma Visions Tarot. Holy shit. So I'm going to pull some cards from that deck for each reading, but I'm going to pick one crystal per reading as like a marker, like a visual marker to kind of help you determine which reading I'm doing. So I'll choose 3 crystals out of this pile. You're welcome to choose whichever one is drawn to you the most, and that's your reading for the month, for the solar season of Sagittarius until I think it's December 22nd, maybe, that the sun goes back into Capricorn for 2021 to kind of kick us off. But I could be wrong. I don't actually know off the top of my head. I think it's the 22nd. I'm also a day late. The sun entered Sagittarius yesterday, but whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these around and pick 3 stones. Those will serve as our reading markers. These are general readings. So, if it resonates, then great, take it with you. Be open to messages that you need to hear as well as the ones that you want to hear. And maybe, if it feels too good to be true, ask your intuition what is really meant for you. And then from there, we'll go and try to make sense of that for ourselves, but this is supposed to be a jumping off point. So if you feel as though at any time that a message is really resonating and you need some deeper guidance, I'm always booking private readings. You can go right to my store, hicatherinerose.com, and book a reading right from my website, and we can work together privately. My rates, I start at mini readings for $7, and my rates go up from there. I can do a full reading for 15 minutes as low as $20, and then the longer you want your reading to be, the more it'll cost. But that's a matter for you to decide if you need it. I'm happy to work with you. I would love to book a reading with you. So if this resonates, if you want more guidance, or if it doesn't resonate and you want something more personalized, because not every collective message will be for you. So if you're feeling like you're having to force it to fit, then just don't. You should just book a private reading or wait until something comes along that does work. But more often than not, you'll find something that you can use. So without further ado, let's pick our crystals for Sagittarius season. Ooh, this is an olive opal. That'll be pile 1. Dalmatian jasper for number 2. And this is like an aura quartz. This is like an orange one. Aura quartz is man-made crystal. It's quartz that's been like electroplated, which I think is really cool. Some people don't like it, but I love aura quartz. It has a really cool, unique vibration. Okay. This is a very Sagittarius color spread, I will also note. It's a fire sign. I always feel as though I'm a Sagittarius rising. I always feel as though Sagittarius is like the one fire sign that should be a water sign, and Scorpio is the one water sign that should be a fire sign, but that's my opinion. Not gonna elaborate on that for no nuance November. Alright, and Sagittarius season lasts from, actually yesterday, I'm a day late on this, November 21st, around 2 p.m. until, I think it's December 22nd. I don't actually remember, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for pile number 1, this olive opal, and then we'll do the other 2. And again, I'm not going to pull clarifier cards. These are supposed to be general messages. If they resonate, you're welcome to book a full private reading and make a note of like whichever reading resonated most for you. Got the Tower. I'll kick it right off. Holy shit. The Hermit. This is fascinating. Got 2 upright majors, the Ace of Wands, and Judgment. Holy crap, you guys. This is a really hard-hitting reading. So the Tower, we'll just start there. We've got some like cataclysmic changes coming in your life. Maybe you're already feeling this. Maybe this could be something that happened recently, or something drastic is changing, and you maybe are like kind of stuck in this in-between zone of like, I don't know how to process this information, and I don't really know where to take any of this. Also the Hermit too, that's like a very this has changed, so it's like almost like forcing you inward and forcing you to be alone. I'm almost wondering if this is meant for some folks whose states are rolling back COVID restrictions. I know I live in New York, and Governor Cuomo is doing that momentarily. He already has a little bit, and then we're likely gonna go back even further very soon. So this is almost like this cataclysmic change. For some of you, this might not be any change if you've been staying home and been, you know, like able to work from home and able to sustain yourself without going out into public much. But like if you are an essential worker, or if you've been like, if this is going to drastically change your life, this could be really noteworthy. The Hermit also is almost like a reminder that you have everything you need inside of you, and like going internal can lead to enlightenment, and it can be beautiful. So like letting the tower force you inward can be a beautiful journey. It's not always scary. It's not always something to be afraid of, but it does take a toll emotionally. This could also be shadow work, if you've been working on shadow work lately a lot. Ace of Wands is kind of just a reminder to keep going, that this fresh start is intimidating, but it's for you. Like it's intended to better you and put you in a better space. And then Judgment also being an aha moment of some sort, where you've realized something about yourself that's really changing the way that you go about your day-to-day life. And, you know, this massive change, this could also, if we're talking about Judgment and the Tower together, kind of bracketing this reading, this could be someone like realizing something about their life needs to change, and then actually like feeling it, almost maybe like the universe changed it for you before you could decide. The universe has a way of doing that sometimes. So just kind of like embracing that energy and using it to manifest positivity and like positive change instead of just moping, which is fine. And especially like struggling is legit. Like you are allowed to struggle, but you are also capable of pulling out of that struggle and, you know, finding the space to express gratitude and appreciate the positive energy in your life, even if things feel like they're falling to shit. Wow, that was a heavy mess. That was also 3 out of 4 majors and all upright, so that's definitely some shit going on for y'all. Let's riffle, and then we'll do pile number 2. That's the Dalmatian Jasper. I just adopted a puppy, and I can hear her running around upstairs. I have my fiance watching her. She was napping, and I guess now she's not. So if you hear like that's Millie. She's a cutie. I have pictures up on my Twitter and Instagram if you want them. All right, we got the Knight of Swords. The Devil reversed. 7 of Swords again. No, we didn't pull that last time. I feel like I just pulled that for someone's private reading. And then the 6 of Wands reverse. Okay, cool. So if this stone is the one that's calling to you, this is you, I feel like, the Knight of Swords, being in this very like brash place of like taking a lot of risks and moving forward really quickly and being really decisive, and that's great, but there comes a point where that becomes too much, and you're just kind of like barging forward without thinking of the consequences of things. The Devil reversed kind of coming along as almost a reminder that like there are still some things that you're ignoring that you have to get through. Internally too. So the way that I read reversals, I read a card upright as like an external force, and holy shit, reversed would be internal energy. So this Devil reversed is very much like you like you're trying to ignore the fact that there are some problematic behaviors that you need to change about yourself. This could be related to addiction. It could be related to like refusal to acknowledge the truth. It could be related to codependency, that you feel as though like it's too hard to break the habit, so I'm just not even gonna bother. That is a mistake. The 7 of Swords, almost kind of a warning to watch out for people that don't have your best interest at heart. Maybe people that are encouraging those codependent habits or addictive habits, you know, surrounding yourself with a support system that's going to encourage you to be your best self is really instrumental here. Six of Wands reversed is interesting. That's kind of like encouraging you to value yourself enough that you want to get better or to fix whatever's causing problems in your life, these like codependency behavior. I'm almost feeling like addiction, like really someone struggling with addiction and just like ignoring it and just running forward and, you know, sticking to the bottle or the drugs or whatever other behavior, like gambling, or it could be a tarot addiction, like really anything that's causing you to become codependent on a substance or a person or a thing or an energy. And like you have to get the hit in order to feel something. But the Six of Wands reversed is reminding you that you have the capacity to feel something all on your own. You don't need help, and you don't need the help of like substances or, you know, harmful overabundances of things that can become too much. You know, in moderation, things are great, but, you know, there's always a point when it becomes problematic, you know, even with the best of things, you know. So the Six of Wands reverse definitely reminding you to take some time to remember that you are worthy of healing and love on your own, and you have the capability to overcome whatever you need to. You just need to develop healthy coping mechanisms instead of relying on things that are just going to keep making the problems worse and burying them under another layer of stuff to overcome. Wow. Yeah, be wary of the people you surround yourself with. The people who have your best interest at heart will show themselves. The selfish ones are not the ones who are going to stick around by you for the long haul. That was a really sobering, I mean, I guess that's maybe not a great play on words, but that's a really interesting message, and a really strong one. So I hope that if that resonated with you, I will definitely recommend, I'll put a few links to some addiction counseling resources in the description of this video, because that can be really difficult to contend with, and sometimes, you know, there's no shame in asking for help. I'm going to go ahead and draw for this Aura Quartz, this little orange guy. I picked him up at a little metaphysical store, and there's my puppy again, running back and forth across the house, just absolutely being the wiggliest little worm. All right, we got the Nine of Swords reversed, the Queen of Cups reversed, Page of Swords, and the Hermit reversed. That's the second time the Hermits showed up. We got a lot of swords today too for a Sag season. All right, Nine of Swords reversed. Let's talk about that. This is very much like something is eating you alive and you refuse to share it with anyone and ask for help. Like it's keeping you up at night. It's like really causing some deep-seated anxiety, and you refuse to get vulnerable enough with anyone to talk about that. That might be something to think about doing. Queen of Cups reversed is reminding you that, you know, you are completely capable of solving problems on your own, and, you know, you're intelligent and intuitive enough to be able to find your own guidance, but, you know, there's no shame in, you know, finding support elsewhere too. You know, you're capable on your own, yes, but just because you can go through something alone does not mean that you have to. The Page of Swords too is kind of a reminder that, like, so you're the kind of person that really relies on your like fight or flight system. Fight, flight, freeze, and fawn is kind of the updated version psychologically. I would put some research into that if that's something that interests you. But the way that you react to other people triggering you is really coming up lately, and maybe you blame yourself for that, but that could be past trauma resurfacing. And especially with the Hermit reverse, this is you kind of spending too much time in your own head and being, you know, really caught up in the feeling of having to have all the answers. And, you know, if you don't have all the answers, then you need to go reflect more, but there's such a thing as too much reflection, and sometimes you just need to do, put action and, you know, be the Page of Swords, you know, taking charge into something new and beautiful, even though, you know, you're keeping an eye out for danger. You know, you don't have to make that your entire existence. Yeah, anxiety is a really deep theme here. And finding support systems and coping mechanisms that help you live with anxiety and not let it control you. I think that's really instrumental. I live with chronic anxiety, so I relate, but, you know, there's ways to remind yourself and ground yourself in the knowing that you're capable of overcoming this. And that you don't have to let this control you. You can rely on people and get vulnerable, and you know, it's something you have to work on over time, but that's maybe something to hold close for Sagittarius season for the next few weeks. I hope that you found something that you could resonate with in this video. And again, if you found a little seed of something you think could be really helpful for you, I cannot encourage you enough to book a full reading if you like the way that I read, if that works for you, if this is an energy that you really connect with. I would love to work with you. So book a reading, hicatherinerose.com. You can also send me a tip if this resonated with you, but you're not in a place to book a full reading. You can tip me on my Venmo or Cash App. Just Hi Catherine Rose, the same as my Instagram, same as my Twitter. And I would be very thankful for that. It helps me to keep producing free content for you all, and it's something I really enjoy doing. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sharing. I hope that you have the wonderfulest Sagittarius season and really embrace those really lovely Jupiter vibes of like embracing the intuitive and the artistic and the dreamy. And I know I will be doing that, and enjoy your, if you're in the northern hemisphere, if you're somewhere where it snows, we got our first snow today. So if that's something that you love, I hope that you enjoy that. If not, I'm sorry. Snow is polarity, you know, manifested. I feel like some people really love it, some people really hate it. So regardless of your feelings about the winter, I hope you have a great one. If it's summer where you are, if you're in the southern hemisphere, have a wonderful summer. I'm jealous a little bit. But regardless, I can't wait to hear from you. I would love to book a reading with you, and if I will see you next in Capricorn season, I will see you in Capricorn season in December. So stick around, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, y'all.